Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, and in this video, I'm going to answer two questions at once. The first question is, how can I reduce the raw amount of group policy objects that I have if I'm using PolicyPak on-premise? And the second question is, how can I take my existing group policy settings, like my desktop or laptop settings, or my user settings, and export those quickly from an existing group policy object that might have 80 billion settings in it into a format I can use with either PolicyPak Cloud or PolicyPak with MDM? So the answer is pretty simple. We have a utility that's called the PolicyPak Group Policy Merge Tool. You get it when you download the PolicyPak bits. It's in the Extras folder. And be careful that there's this thing that says .exe, but it's really just the .exe XML configuration. The real thing you want to click on is the actual application. Let's see how easy this tool is to use. The goal is to get your group policy settings that have Microsoft's registry, ADM and ADMX settings, into our format, which is called the PolicyPak Admin Template Manager format. It's very easy to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually select a group policy object from the list. The first thing I want to do is just let me get my user settings. So if I take a look at my sales, East Sales users, take a look at that group policy object, and also my West Sales users. Let's just take a look at just the user side stuff for a second. If I select these two group policy objects from the list, the first thing we're going to do is read it. And actually, I like to just expand all. I just want to see what I'm up against. Okay, cool, not too much. And by the way, I did that just so you're not overwhelmed. If you have incredibly long group policy objects, you might have to run this tool several times to just get exactly where you want, the things that you want to do into our format. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and take all the start menu and all the control panel settings, because it turns out I really like the start menu settings I've got here and the control panel settings. I'm going to merge them into a new GPO. So I'll click new. I'm going to pick a new group policy to update. Actually, I have to create the group policy object first. So what I'm going to do is I'll put it right in the group policy objects folder for now, and I'll call this migrated user settings. Okay, so it'll go there. And then I'll pick that group policy object. So group policy objects, migrated user settings, we'll go ahead and then click next. Now what we're going to do now is ask you, where do you want to put these things? Because PolicyPak is amazingly powerful. You can put them in what's called containers. You can say on the user side in the Admin Template Manager folder, you can add a new collection and you can say all our user side stuff. Okay, that's great. And you can also put item level targeting on it, which can only affect certain people under certain conditions, like a particular security group, or if they're in an IP range, or any number of things. I'm not going to do that right now, but we'll say all of our user side stuff. Why is computer hanging out here? Because PolicyPak has this amazing ability to say, take your user side things and drive it into every user on that computer if you wanted to. So if you want to, you can do what I'm doing here, or you can drive it in on the computer side. I'm just going to stay on the easy path and just put all of our user side stuff right here. When I do this, it takes all the settings we just clicked on, all of them, and you can see what they all were. Boom, 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 boom. And let's edit the group policy object and see what has occurred here. And now if I go to user side, PolicyPak, Admin Template Manager, you can see I've got all of our user side stuff. And those are all the settings that we had across those two group policy objects. So what's that? You want to get this into PolicyPak Cloud or use it with PolicyPak and MDM? No problem. You can right click and export this collection as an XML. And at that point, you can either upload the XML file directly into PolicyPak Cloud, or you can use the PolicyPak Exporter utility, PolicyPak Exporter tool, to then wrap it up and then get it and to use it with your MDM solution. So that's the first way to use this tool. Let me show you another one. Another way to use this tool, in fact, let me finish and start over again. Another way to use this tool is to, like I said, reduce the amount of raw group policy objects. So if you want to, let me go ahead and select a couple of different GPOs from the list here. In fact, I'm going to do it one by one. I'm going to go to my group policy objects, and I'm just going to pick my laptop policy, because I might have like 9 different laptop policies for different conditions. maybe I can get it down to one. I've got 9 different desktop policies, all for different conditions. Maybe I can get it down to even less than one. I can put it into the same group policy object as this laptop policy. So I'm going to take this laptop policy one first, okay? I'm going to take all the laptop stuff that I want in here, and I'm going to create another GPO called just our laptop stuff. So I'll go ahead and create a new GPO called, actually I'll call this computer stuff, laptop and desktop. You'll see where I'm going with this in just 2 seconds. So there we go. There's our GPO. I'll go ahead and select the group policy object here. Pick the right one. Now, the settings that we just said, those were for laptops. So here in the Admin Template Manager folder, I'm going to add a collection. I'm going to call this just laptop stuff. How do we make it to only hit laptops though? That's where item level targeting comes on the collection. We can say only do the stuff we're about to convert when, boom, the machine is a portable computer. And just like that, we've selected a particular collection. That collection has item level targeting on it, and we're reading the source group policy object, copying in all the settings, and we're done. Let's go ahead and do one more. We're going to take our desktop stuff. So I'm going to manually select the desktop group policy object here. That was the laptop one. Let's now do the desktop one. I'm then going to take all of my desktop stuff, whatever's important to me here. I can cherry pick the things I want. I can select the same exact group policy object. Remember, we gave it a kind of a cool name. We said computer stuff, all the things related to laptops and desktops. So we'll go ahead and select that. But how do we say, well, we don't want to shove it all into laptop stuff. What we want to do is to create another collection called just desktop stuff. So how do we know we're going to hit just desktops? Well, we can do it maybe based on some kind of name that you have, some naming convention. So maybe if the computer name is star desktop star, maybe there's some other convention for you. I'm just using this as an example. I'm creating this collection, and there we go, just desktop stuff. We'll go ahead and click next here, and we'll, boom, convert all that over. Let's look at the group policy object. Let's see what we accomplished inside this single GPO now. So now if we go to computer side PolicyPak and look at Admin Template Manager, we now have 2 collections. Orange means we've got item level targeting on it, and that's just the laptop stuff. Let's take a look and see what's inside there. Boom, just the laptop stuff. If we want to take a look at just the desktop stuff, there we go. We can do that too. And again, this lets you take anything that's in a group policy object, and if you wanted to also, you can convert it from the user side also into the computer side, because PolicyPak is magical and we can add stuff, any policy, including stuff that's on the user side. So once again, if you like this and you want to use it with PolicyPak Cloud or your MDM, you can right click and export, well, I guess it would be the laptop stuff, right? You could right click, export the collection as XML and use it with our PolicyPak exporter tool. Okay, PolicyPak exporter tool, and you can export this and wrap it up into an MSI to be used with your MDM service or straight into PolicyPak Cloud as an XML. Hope this helps you out. This is a great tool to help you reduce the amount of raw group policy objects you have. A lot of people ask us for this, and this is the way that you will do this. Hope this helps you out and gets you started. Thanks so much.